Hi, this is Gabe, and welcome to a behind-the-scenes look of how I do the Big Pants Mouse comic strips. I hope this doesn't turn out like a cheesy instruction video. These things are so annoying, but I just want to give you a little glimpse to show you like how I do the strips. So I start in Photoshop, of course, and I draw it. One thing about this is that each frame is actually 5 seconds. Just everything's really compressed to show you that it takes me like 3 to 6 hours per strip to do from start to finish. It's all condensed here in this little video. As you can see, I just kind of like hatch everything in because I've been drawing these characters for so long. I mean, I'm drawing them for 12 years or something, on and off. But I can just like kind of just hatch it in and do a rough layout. I usually write the strips first. I'll like write the strips and break it down into panels in the script, and and then I'll forget about them for a while, and then I'll come back because I found that you can change up the dialogue and the layout and stuff. It's more visual that way, but you have like the basic plot down already. Yeah, as you can see too, I usually draw stuff and move it around just to fit the composition because, you get a good pose and you're like, oh man, this doesn't really work, so you move it around. And a lot of times I change the dialogue too while I'm doing the rough. So yeah, you can see here that I got seems like I got almost all the rough done. Yeah, and now I'm moving into Flash. I'll rough the whole thing, turn it into a JPEG, and then bring it into Flash because I usually use a stock system for the bodies, the legs, and the arms. The faces I never do, and if it's a pose that doesn't have a body that fits, like this one, I'll ink a new body and put it into the library so I can reuse it later. The original thinking behind this is that I was going to do shorts with these characters, but just the comic got a little so demanding that I never got a chance to do it. But that's still an option. Yeah, what I do is I usually I'll take like the bodies, I'll do all the stock stuff in maybe an hour. It'll take like an hour to do all that stuff. And then my reward for dealing with the stock system is usually inking all the faces and extra hands or whatever else stuff I need. I think at this point now, this is my 78th strip, and I have, roughly 50 bodies and over 100 arms to pick from. So when I usually ink this stuff, I have to ink it really nicely because, if I zoom in on it or, I have to make sure that it works, even at a small size. As you can see that I shrink the bodies way down because, in Flash even if it's a smaller, if you display it smaller, the line weight goes down, which is perfect because, it's like the first rule of inking. It's the bigger the shape, the thicker the line. So it works out pretty well. You can see here that Big Panther's body is going to overlap the next, that was pretty fast, but it overlaps the next panel. I'll make a mask just to make sure that it doesn't overlap into the next panel. So you can put all the character stuff on like one layer or in one group. Here's inking a body. It just kind of grinds to a halt at some points just to ink stuff. That's why I like to use the stock system too, because I can ink this stuff fast and I can really concentrate on, textures and colors and stuff, because that's what reads the quickest anyway, is all the colors. And then after that are the bodies, but the number one priority is the faces, and that's like the most fun to do. This particular Susie pose, I didn't even bother using stock system because I know I didn't have anything as lively as that, so I just inked it unique for this strip, especially because she's like coming out of the door and stuff. So yeah, usually I'll wait to do the faces, but since I was just in that group, I was like, I might as well just do it right now. this mod has so many pieces. His body and his little legs and arms and everything. That I'll just like usually just paste the whole thing in there and then I'll readjust it later. All the little pieces. I gotta make sure like when I do the stock stuff that it doesn't look too stocky, because I've seen like so many strips online where it just looks horrible. I also like an animation where you hold stuff, like limited animation, because I really like to draw the audience's eye to a certain spot, and that's what my thinking is for the strips too. Is like I don't mind copying pasting as long as like the things that are changing are the things I really want to draw your attention to.